So, I've been wanting to make a video for a while about a specific project that I'm working on. Uh, I mostly play video games. I like um, showing friends stuff. Like, that's mostly what this YouTube channel is about. It's just showing, like, you, my friends, whatever, whoever else is interested. Just stuff that I like to do, I guess. And I also like to look back at these videos and watch them and just kind of remember funny things that happened and stuff like that. Um, but the project I'm working on is building a computer. I've already built one computer, as you can see. It's right here. It's in a Digital Storm case because I bought supplies from them because I had it cheaper. The computer build obviously has like pretty tricked out shit. It's got an RTX. It's got a pretty big heatsink. It's got all kinds of stuff like that. So sorry if my room's a mess. I'm just doing a lot of stuff lately, and my room just usually looks like this. Um, so I'm just planning on building this computer, but it's an interesting computer, and a lot of my friends want to learn how to build computers, so that's what also this video is for. But this computer build is also going to be an interesting computer build, and you'll see why in a moment. So, as you can see, this is like a disgusting old computer case, and it's a Gateway. This was made like 1998 or 2000, either one. Either way, I was born after this was made. So I just found this in... I used to play games on this a long time ago. And it had Windows 98 on it. I cleaned it out. That's disgusting. It's like a hair. I cleaned it out. I tried bleaching these panels to make them more white. It didn't work. So I'm ordering spray paint. I've already tied or bolted in a case fan, and I have this to protect it for when I spray paint it. I have some leftover storage SATAs for external storage, and I also will have internal storage. So the original guts of the computer were actually over here. This is all the original guts. So here's like this is like the modem card. Here's like your sound card, and here's your graphics card. Here's the heatsink, and it's like an old AMD Athlon CPU, and a 200 watt PSU, and we've also got a floppy disk drive and an optical drive. So obviously I didn't want a floppy disk and an optical in this computer because it's useless, and it was probably only working on Windows 98 computer. Obviously, this computer is not going to be a gaming computer so much because I already have a gaming computer. It's literally this one right here. So the idea is that it's going to be like a general use computer. Like, it could play games, but it's not going to be meant to play games on like crazy games or like very high setting games, you know. So, and interesting is I have this little guy. This is a PS2 to USB. Now the reason I have that is because over here I have the old Gateway mouse and the old Gateway keyboard. So this is like hella retro. This is so like old. and it's an old mouse that it's a ball mouse. So there's like a little ball right here. I can actually take this out. I cleaned all of this stuff, bleached it and everything, tried to make it more white. It's a little ball mouse, so this would roll and it would tell exactly where the computer mouse needs to be. So let's put that back together. There we go. So it's actually a good working mouse. It's obviously not a gaming mouse, but it's retro. It's really retro. So you're probably wondering why the case is yellow, and you're probably like thinking, ew, this kid probably like put his boogers all over it or something when he was younger. That's actually not the case. The case is that basically how it works is they used to, I think they still do this now actually, when they would make these computers, these casings, as you can tell, I filled these in as well. This is where the floppy disk drive was. Optical is up here. I put this up here because it looks better, and I put this down here. So, and I'm gonna put a new power thing. So, basically the reason why it's yellow is because they would use something called bromine. It's a halogen. It's a chemical element as a fire retardant on plastics, older plastics. And so UV rays over time will eventually hit it, and it causes the bromine to break down and bleed. So it bleeds all over the plastic and becomes yellow. And I've tried everything to get it out. So I'm moving on to like pearlescent spray paint. So anyways, yeah. So that's how I'm going to deal with that. We have just a cool little Intel heatsink. This is just standard. Like I said, I'm not going to be gaming or anything crazy on this. Maybe a few other things. So this will be my heatsink. I'll put thermal paste here. As you can see, I smeared that thermal paste that they put on off because I wasn't going to use this. I was actually building my girlfriend a computer, and this is what came with her CPU. But I bought her a better heatsink, like a Cooler Master. Just because I wanted to build a computer, to be quite honest, and give her something nice. So this is for the keyboard and mouse, because those are PS2 plug-in and to USB. The board I got actually has a PS2, but you have to configure it and stuff, so it's actually really annoying. This was the original case for my RTX. It's on eBay, because right now it's like really crazy. I was able to get this for actually a decent price. This right here, we have a GPU. It's not a crazy gaming GPU. It's actually just a simple GTX 1650. It's not a very great graphics card, but that's not the point. We're not using it for gaming. It's just going to be there for video input, output. And I also wanted to reuse it. You know, it's like, I send off electronics for them to get fucking trashed, you know? And this is a fairly new graphics card, so yeah. We got our GPU already. So let's place that there. It's not actually an RTX, it's just an RTX box. We got our nuts and screws for standoffs and stuff, because this computer's a little weird. The motherboard was like a ATX, I think. We got like fan cables, if that's needed. We're probably gonna get a fan controller. Here's our SATA cables. And our heatsink, I just kept in here just for safekeeping. I think it's Arctic Silver. And we have our LGA 1151 motherboard, I believe. It's a Prime, Asus Prime H310M. It's VR ready actually, so that would be cool if I actually got that working. If I did game on it, I already unpacked the IO shield. And I've got the motherboard right here, so that's ready. And I did my measurements. It does fit on these certain standoffs. It fits on standoff A. I already put one in. This one didn't have one manually. Standoff B, standoff C, standoff D, and standoffs E and F. This is for the Anthlon heatsink, but we don't need those, and they'll probably give her motherboard support. We've got another case fan that will drill in, and of course this is for like drives, and hopefully we can find a use for those. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty cool project. Hopefully I can record some of the stuff of what I'm doing when I'm building this. And this is going to be great. Like, I'm actually very excited for this. I just want to record it because I think this is something cool. Like, I actually enjoy this a lot. So, I'm going to be... So, there's one problem right here. You can see that this I/O shield is actually solid. It's, like, made of solid steel. This entire chassis is actually made of steel, by the way. So that's a problem. I already marked where the I/O shield for this motherboard takes up, and it takes up about right here, there. So I'm gonna have to cut that out with a drill or a saw, and hopefully that goes all well. And I can put the I/O shield in, then the motherboard and all that stuff. Obviously, I'm missing a bunch of parts. I need like Windows 10 key. I need like the drives, the CPU, and all kinds of crazy stuff. But once I get to that point, I will assemble it and show you guys how to assemble it. Obviously, this is not an ideal build. This is not something you're going to have to be... A lot of this isn't something you're going to have to be dealing with when you're building your first computer. Because, like, you're going to have a case that actually works. Another interesting thing is that the PSU is going to have to go up here instead of down here. Because the PSU in newer computers goes down here now. It's going to have to go up here, and I'm going to have to do wire management and stuff like that. So, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to do more recordings on it. But yeah, so thanks for watching, I guess. I just wanted to kind of give an initial, like, start off on, like, exactly what's going on here and what I plan on doing. And it's for my friends that want to build a computer. I'm going to try and do an in-depth guide of how to build one. I am not a professional computer builder. I will run into issues. But it will be fun. It'll be definitely fun to build. So just stay tuned. Got any questions after I've done the project, then you can just ask. So yeah, thanks for watching.